Abraham, the beliefs, the teachings, how to work with it, how to embody it, how to live it, how to allow it to bless your life and grace your life. It's very simple. You start by having a desire, and then beyond that, if you're trying the path of Abraham, you have to have the belief that when you have the desire, the path of manifestation for that desire is a realistic thing. And for me, every single desire I have has a realistic path, and it's that simple. You don't have to say the law of attraction. You don't have to say vibrational realm. You don't have to say anything spiritual, but it's, I want this thing, I have the desire, and there needs to be a path. And there always is a path. No matter how simple it may be, there's always a path. So then you look into your life for what's the in for that path. You want the car. Where does the car show up in your life? Or where does the flyer for a car show up in your life? And then the next step is you find that thing that hits you, you know, that flyer, and you don't think, well, if I go, it might not be right because this flyer is kind of cheesy, etc. You go. You just go. You take that flyer, and whatever's next after you taking that flyer, whatever your inspiration leads you to, that's what you do. You do whatever's next, and you always follow the path. And then after that, once you're in that world where you're in, you know, you take that flyer and you go in, and you're in that world. That's when you can start using your mind to have many options and open many doors. And it's not linear. It's not, I have this flyer and it's this car and that's all that's happening. Once you go in and you're in that world, there's a huge array of infinite possibility, you know, all around you. So you start dabbling and you start enjoying what Esther calls that buffet of life when you're in that place. And then after that, it's you start learning how to manipulate the successes of your life and how to start choosing things and, you know, electing to embody things. And it might be as simple as I want to be able to make better jokes, and then something shows up. I want to be able to speak more about biology. I want to be able to read at a higher level, and then things will show up in your life, you know what I mean? Because you have the power to go on that endeavor. And it's not as simple as you just reaching forward with action. In my life, there's proof everywhere that when I desire something, it just shows up out of the blue because that's what my mind is programmed to selectively focus on. It's that simple. And everyone has evidence of that in their life. And you can call it coincidence if you want to. But if I go more general and just say coincidence is a type of synchronicity, then I don't see what the problem is. So synchronicity is everywhere. And then the next step after that is going ahead and attaining what it is you've desired. And then making sure that when you're in that place where your desires are manifesting, that you have a good sense and stability so you can persist and you can be unshakable in that place, because that's one of the tests when you're in what Esther calls the vortex of creation, which I'm in at all times. I never leave the vortex. My life is the vortex through and through on every layer, every single thing I go do, you know? Everything I do is in the vortex. Everywhere I go, there's treasures, there's opportunities, there's awesome people, there's beautiful men, women, hermaphrodites everywhere I go. It's wonderful. And there's all the items I've ever wanted, you know? And I get all of my consciousness stuff. I meditate and everything just comes to me, all of it. You know? It's really simple. My life is great. I have everything I want. I have my loved ones. I have animals. I have nature, sports. I'm entertained. I don't have many unfulfilled desires at this point because the ones that are unfulfilled, I'm just headed towards right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, have your desire. Make an example. You can make an example like, I want to get better at drawing, you know, and then move forward after having the thoughts of what you might need to do to get better at drawing, and then prove it to yourself with something small. Love you.